to. Well, even though it's you have seen it, you know, and you know what it's about. You have to be able to retain the stuff. And what this is leading up to is I'm going to do a Broadway version of Space Jam.
Are you gonna do Space Jam on rewatch?
Yeah, we'll probably do that.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna bring our Kelley into the mix, or
no?
Let's get to the real details here.
I can't. Actually, I'm going to. I'm just gonna make Lin-Manuel Miranda
dress up as R. Kelley.
No, just redo that song. No, because then we'd have to pay R. Kelly for it. I'm gonna make him write a new version.
Hey,
of it.
do you know for a fact that R. Kelly owns the rights to that song?
I don't know
exactly. Who owns the rights? Warner Brothers totally owns the rights.
Can we do? Hey Google, who owns the rights to "I Believe I Can Fly"?
Hey Google, who owns the rights to "I Believe I Can Fly"?
Hey Google.
Hey Google. Whoa.
Hey Google.
Wow.
Hey, hold on. 3, 2, 1. Hey Google, who owns the rights to "I Believe We Can Fly"?
I can believe we fly.
I believe we can fly.
I can believe in flying.
If you can, have you ever
had
a dream?
So Blake, what else?
Who owns the rights to "Have You Ever Had a Dream"?
Blake, what else did you do this week?
Honestly, not a lot. Just kind of preparing for the next season out here, waiting on a lot of government shit.
Oh, yeah?
Really slow to dish out permits, so I've been just burning a lot of random shit throughout the property, clearing it up. We had a bunch of trees cut down like this time last year, and then you can't really burn anything all summer, so...
You gotta burn it during the winter.
I've just been having raging ass fires every day.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, that's why the snow's melting. You're just melting it with your fires.
I'm just radiating through California.
You should build a chainsaw sawmill.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have that in me.
Actually, what you should do...
All you need is a bunch of lumber and a chainsaw.
See?
That's a nice fire.
Excellent.
You should now make a forge and start forging stuff.
A Ford?
A forge.
Just
build a Ford.
Ford Fusion.
Build yourself an F-150.
Build yourself a Ford Ranger.
I'll buy that
Ford
shit.
Ranger.
I want one. Make it out of sticks.
I hate trucks.
A fucking Ford Ranger.
You fucking Ford Ranger.
Build it from scratch with my bare hands.
Build it out of wood. Build it out of stone.
Build it out of grass.
Bare hands.
There's no grass. Where do you think I am?
What kind of guy are you?
Have you seen any bears lately?
I could build it out of clay, probably. That would run.
Clay Ford? Hell yeah. Oh, I don't like that guy. Who's Clay Ford?
Clay Ford.
Oh, is he related to the Baldwins?
Yeah, he's twice removed.
Clay Ford.
Clay Ford.
He's the executive chairman of Ford.
Really?
Well, his name's William Clay Ford.
No shit.
It's a real guy?
Clay Ford. Hey, let's call up Clay Ford.
I don't think that he would approve of making a Clay Ford. That would infringe on his company.
But he's the CEO. He's making it.
No,
he can make it.
Executive chairman.
The number you have reached is no longer in service.
Oh,
he's the great.
Please try your number and call this number again.
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford, that big Nazi piece of shit.
You Nazi sympathizer. You and Walt Disney both.
Y'all, I went to the Edison and Ford Winter Estates in Florida because Thomas Edison and Henry Ford were best friends.
Oh, so Thomas Edison was also a Nazi sympathizer?
Well, no. They pretty much totally excluded Henry Ford from the whole thing. They're like, yeah, this is Thomas Edison's stuff. This is all stuff he did. Here's Henry Ford's house that was next door. You know, they hung out all the time. They did all these things together. Here's everything you need to know about Thomas Edison ever. Also, Henry Ford was a Nazi.
He was. He had.
And like that was all they had to say about him.
Did he have the picture of Hitler in his office, or did Hitler have a picture of Henry Ford?
Probably both.
Yeah.
And then they both had a picture of Walt Disney.
Yes.
And that was really after Thomas
It's weird
Edison
to
died.
think that Thomas Edison and Henry Ford were alive at the same time.
Well, Edison died before World War II. Ford did not. So Edison didn't get to see all that. But he actually, one of the reasons why they were so good together, Ford and Edison, was after World War I, Thomas Edison was like, you know, what's really going to limit whatever military is going to be the ability to get rubber, you know, putting wheels on vehicles and things. And so he spent pretty much the rest of his life trying to figure out a way to make rubber that was better than the previous way. And Henry Ford liked that shit because he needed rubber.
Yeah.
And he said whoever has the most rubber is going to win the war. And the United States figured it out based on his research and won the war.
What was the previous way?
What is the book? Heart of Darkness? Is that the book?
I don't know. Heart of Glass.
Heart of Stone.
Oh.
It's a Under Oath song.
So there was a guy. Well, basically, they had to harvest it in the jungle.
Yeah, rubber trees.
And
I'm serious. Rubber trees are a thing.
And there was like,
I guess I don't know anything about rubber.
Well, now it's not made that way anymore.
Synthesized.
I think
They genetically modified the rubber tree
GMO rubber. Yeah.
into what it is today. I just got a laundry list of stuff I'm going to Google once this is over. I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of rubber.
Welcome to our life.
Yeah.
Rubber hole.
There's a book. It's called Heart of Darkness. And it talks about this.
Did I use Sufferer yet?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't either.
God, I have a pimple on the back of my head. It just hurts so bad.
King Leopold II. If you're going to Google anything from this, Google King Leopold II because he was a fucking madman. And he was awful.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Madman.
And he made lots of money on mistreatment of people and rubber imports and exports. It involved like, hey, you didn't get enough rubber for me today. I'm going to cut off your daughter's feet.
Like, the guy should have gotten him some more rubber.
Legit.
Then.
And the way they would get the rubber is they would climb into a tree and they'd cut it and they'd squeeze it out of this vine and they'd rub it all over their skin so it would dry out. And then they'd peel it off and it'd pull all their hair off with it. And you could really only get as much rubber as you could cover your skin with.
That's fucked up. That's wild.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
That's the best they could come up with. No wonder they needed a better technique.
Right.
You're only good as much. You're only good as good as the amount of rubber that you can get on your skin.
It's like when you use glue and then you dump glitter on it in school and you shake it off and that's what you got.
That's a lot of wasted glitter.
At one point, and I don't remember exactly the context of it, but at one point he was really upset. So he had his guys go down there and he was like, well, I want you to kill this many men. And the way I think he wanted him to kill them, maybe not. But the way that they could prove it was they had to bring back their genitals. That was like, here's the evidence.
A pocket full of dicks and balls. Just dump it out on his desk.
And all the while he was paying for this. He was the king of the Belgians. And he was paying for all this by going to people, other monarchs in other countries and saying, you know, hey, I'm bringing Christianity to these savages in the jungle. Can you give me some money to support this? And he was pocketing that money and also just terrorizing the people of the Congo.
Fuck that guy.
All in the name of rubber.
Right. Thanks, Thomas.
Thanks, Tom.
The Wizard of Menlo Park. My guy.
Wow.
Tesla should have been the Wizard of Menlo Park.
Fuck yeah.
Tesla did some cool shit too, but man.
He
didn't invent rubber.
I'm sorry, I'm still talking about Thomas Edison.
That's okay.
But
we know you have a crush.
He was hanging out and he like noticed some weird shit happening. And he's like, you know what? I got an idea. And he made a thing and it had a big membrane and a pin on the other side. And you put a wax drum by it. And it picked up the sound and imprinted it into this wax drum. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I bet you I could play this back. And he reversed it and thinking like, okay, I'm going to have to do some experimentation to make this work or whatever.
Did it the first time.
It just fucking started playing the recording. He like almost accidentally figured out how to record and play back sound.
Mm-hmm. And here we are.
Fuck.
But
Full fucking circle.
But he also killed elephants. So
yeah.
Yeah, and he was friends with that Nazi.
Yeah. Let's not forget about that.
We know what you did, Tommy.
I'm not letting it go.
You think anybody ever called him Tommy?
Hey, Tommy.
Only once.
Tommy Edison.
And he shoved liquid rubber down his throat.
Tommy?
You know, I think
Tommy
it's
Edison and Hank Ford.
Yeah, Hank.
I think it's wild to think about the fact that there was a large chunk of America who was like, yeah, I think what Hitler's doing is cool.
It's fine.
All the way up until like 1940.
There's a large chunk of the world that was just like, yeah, it's fine. Like, literally, Hitler in the Third Reich said, we're going to annex fucking Poland. Poland is ours. And the world said, come on, Hitler. That's not cool. And he said, yes, it is. And they said, okay, yeah, no, you're good. That's right. I forgot.
You're
he
goof.
was testing the waters to see how the rest of the world would react. And then it was like, oh, yeah, you let me do that? I guess we're just going to keep running with it.
Yeah.
Then.
Like, he was literally, he was like a toddler pushing their bounds. Just like, what can I do without getting in trouble?
And then everybody was like, oh, no, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And then his toddler friends, Mussolini and
Joseph.
Who's the no? Russia was against.
Yeah, you're right. Man, we're
What are we
doing.
trying to think of here?
Russia was part of the Allies during World War II.
Yeah,
This is silly.
they're the reason why World War II mostly ended.
Well, I don't know this guy's name. Tojo Hideki.
Toho?
Yeah,
Toho?
Yep.
Tojo?
it's Tojo. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the leader of Japan.
Who was the leader before him? Because he didn't come into power until 41.
That's when World War I started? Or
No, that's when the United States got involved.
Yes.
It was going on for a few years before that.
Hey, what time is it?
Time for Teletubbies. Time for Tubby Toast.
Vince, you didn't say anything about your week.
Oh shit, yeah.
I've continued to look for a job. Found out that the school I went to is hiring for sales and recruiting.
Could you do
Or
it?
not recruiting. It's
Isn't that fucked up that a school has a sales department?
yeah.
What do they sell?
I could do it.
Degrees.
Yeah. It's a for-profit school.
Okay.
Whoa.
My only question is, I sent them my resume. They probably should have called me back for just simply the fact that their name was on the resume. Just call me back and be like, hey, sorry, we don't think you have the qualifications. I can be like, cool, I know that my degree's garbage now.
If that is the case, yeah.
I got a degree here and you won't fucking hire me. What does that say?
You won't even interview me. Like, at least fucking give me an interview.
we can't hire inside of the family. That
They'd
is
be like, wait a second.
I would accept that as a better answer than just not getting back to me.
Can you,
absolutely.
do you actually believe in the product that you're selling? Because there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vince.
It's okay. It's okay. For-profit schools are bullshit.
I think that there's 3 things in the country that should not be ran for profit. I mean, many
Education.
more, but there's definitely 3. Education,
Healthcare.
healthcare, prisons.
But,
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Vagina.
I mean, if that's what you want to sell.
No, yeah, vagina should be